हेलो दोस्तों, मैं आपका दोस्त राजीव फिर से हाजिर हुआ हूँ आपकी सेवा में। जब मैं छोटा था तो अपने दोस्तों के साथ अक्सर अजीत के जोक्स शेयर किया करता था। उसमें से एक जोक था जिसमें अजीत अपने असिस्टेंट रॉबर्ट को कह रहा है, रॉबर्ट, इसे लिक्विड ऑक्सीजन में डाल दो। लिक्विड इसे जीने नहीं देगा और ऑक्सीजन इसे मरने नहीं देगा। दोस्तों, हम सब की जिंदगी भी उसी व्यक्ति की तरह हो गई है। आए दिन जब हम समाचार देखते हैं, स्टैटिस्टिक्स देखते हैं और सोचते हैं कि क्या होगा फ्यूचर, इस स्टोरी का क्या एंड होगा, हम कहाँ पे होंगे, इससे हमारी ज़िंदगी पे क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा, हमारे बच्चे, हमारे चाहने वाले, हमारी फैमिलीज़, उन सब पे क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा, ये वर्ल्ड कैसा होगा ये जब सब कुछ ख़त्म हो जाएगा। ये सब पे ऐसा ही फ़र्क पड़ता है एक्सेप्ट रजनीकांत, जिसके बारे में एक जोक कहा जाता है that Rajnikant got exposed to coronavirus and coronavirus died a very painful death. So that's just a joke. But friends, let me ask you, is it possible to find peace in this atmosphere of scare? And my guarantee to you is that it is not only possible to find peace, but it's also possible to find happiness no matter what happens, no matter how the story unfolds. And you can achieve that peace and joy by a simple strategy. The solution is in the problem itself. The COVID-19 pandemic has been spread by the virus, which is microscopic. We can similarly find peace and happiness no matter what happens through microscopic habits that we can follow daily. And these habits can give us the peace and also joy no matter what happens. So there are three areas of these habits. First is mental, second is physical, and third is emotional. So let's look at the mental part. So before I go detail into the mental part, let me share a story from my own life. When I was in India, I took a lot of train journeys. When I was in college at IIT Bombay and I used to live in Ranchi, there was no direct train from Mumbai to Ranchi. So I used to take the train from Mumbai to Howrah, Calcutta, and I used to get down in Tata Nagar, and then from Tata Nagar I used to take the bus to go to Ranchi. When I was working in Surat, I used to get down in a station called Chakradharpur, and then from there I used to get down to take the bus to Ranchi. My hometown, my parents' hometown is in a very small village within Jharkhand, within Palamu district. And whenever we used to go there, we had to take the bus, then we had to get down, and then we had to walk for 4 or 5 miles sometimes to reach the destination. And then when the roads got extended, it was less than a mile, but we did have to walk. And sometimes for a young kid, those walks could have been very, very difficult. So similarly, the train journey is about like life. We start on a journey, that is this earth, our birth, and we reach our destination. That's our death. And in the middle of this journey, sometimes the journey can be very peaceful. Sometimes it could be tough, the way it was for me when I was traveling to my village in Palamu. For some of us, similarly, life has got challenges. For some of us, life is very easy. But no matter what kind of life you have, you always meet co-passengers on this train. Sometimes these conversations are Very interesting. You start falling in love with those conversations. You like some people, you hate some of them, and in some of the cases, you are indifferent. You don't care. In life, also, we meet a lot of people. Some of them become a part of our life, they become our families. Some of them we don't know. Many times, when these passengers get off on this station, we feel sad to see them go. It's a very difficult goodbye. But the fact is, we forget that we are in the train and this is the journey. They are going to the same destination, it's just the timing is different. We don't know if you're going to meet them again, but definitely, what is the point of feeling sad for someone when you are also going to reach the same destination just in a matter of time? So when we are sad, we are feeling sad for ourselves because we are going to miss this person. We are going to miss that person's creativity. We are going to miss that person's contribution to our lives. That is why when people like Irfan Khan, who just passed away, or Rishi Kapoor, one of the greatest movie actors of Indian cinema, he just passed away, we feel sad. Or when Steve Jobs passed away, we saw the departure, and with that departure, we also lost a lot of potential of the world that could be once if Steve was still here. But the fact is, death is a part of life. In Steve Jobs' own words, death is the biggest invention and it's the biggest equalizer. So, in this pandemic situation, what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that we die. Okay. We all are going to die anyway. We just died a little sooner. That's the worst case scenario. The moment you are able to accept that reality, that you are no big deal, whether you are here or not, some people might feel sad. For some time they might remember you, but you'll be forgotten. And the fact that we are just nothing in this big scheme of things makes us a little insecure and help us to accept the reality of life itself. So, the moment you accept life, then we can prepare for death. You can take precautions so that you don't die untimely. You can make sure that you take life insurance. Make sure that you've got your finances planned out. You've got a will, so that once you are not there, things can move on. Your loved ones can live. And also be prepared for life. Do whatever you can to postpone and delay death, because the only way we can contribute and do anything is if you're alive. So life is very critical and death is inevitable. The moment you understand that basic truth, automatic peace comes. Now, what else can you do to really find joy in this situation? And I said, this habits. Habits are very, very critical. The second is physical. We just talked about mental. In mental, we understand death, what it means, and we accept it. And we just take all the precautions to delay death so that we can live longer, but at the same time be prepared that if that happens, what will happen after us? Let's look at physical. There was a movie called Shawshank Redemption in which Morgan Freeman in his baritone voice says, either get busy living or get busy dying. So if you're not busy living, you're automatically dying. So do not let this scared situation rob you of your life while you're still living. So there's a book called Atomic Habits, which I recently read, which really helped me. And I'm going to share some strategies that I learned over there which have really helped me. So one of the key things which I recommend for joy is an exercise. Because exercise daily releases those endorphins, oxytocin and all those hormones which are really critical for your happiness. So it's very easy for me to exercise in the morning, but very difficult for me to exercise in the evening because the choice is between the delicious dinner and also if I had a tough day at work, I don't have the energy to exercise. So there's a technique which I learned from this book, and that is called temptation bundling. And that is using that technique, I've been able to exercise for quite some time, not a lot, just couple. I've been trying it for the last 8 days. And the way it works is that if you hate exercising, you do something at the same time which you really love. So I love watching movies. So for me, I've got a treadmill in my house and a cross trainer where I exercise while watching a movie. So for 40 minutes, I exercise and I watch a movie, and then I do my yoga for 20 minutes watching a movie, and then I do some stretching for 10 minutes all the while I'm watching a movie. So by the time my exercise is done, which is 40 plus 20 plus 10, it's around 70 minutes done. So I've got just 30 minutes left for a movie to be completed. So then I go up and have my dinner and take a shower. And after shower, I just finish off the last 20 minutes of the movie. And I feel happy that I have exercised and also watched a movie. So by using these techniques, I'm able to do something which is very difficult for me to exercise in the evening. So you could also figure out something like that. You can go for a run or a walk while listening to your favorite music. You can do a lot of things that you hate along with things that you love. Or maybe you can do the things that you hate first and then reward yourself with the things that you love. There are strategies like that you can really help. So these habits are very, very critical. So there's a story about British cycling. British cycling used to be really bad. From 1900 to 2003, British cycling had got only one Olympic medal. But it all changed in 2003 when there was a gentleman called Brian Brailsborough. No, it was Dave Brailsborough who joined the British cycling team as a manager and coach. And he introduced a lot of small tips, which he used to call aggregation of marginal gains. So he made sure that the temperature was controlled in the clothes of the cyclist so that they could perform optimally. He made a lot of changes, and because of that, in the next 5 years, the British cycling team got a lot of medals. 60% of medals in cycling went to the British team. They also won many Tour de France championships. So what changed? The change was marginal gains. Every day do something, do one little habit consistently over a period of time, and you can get phenomenal gains. Michael Phelps also has got a daily routine like that, which he follows no matter what. In India, there are two great movie stars, Amitabh Bachchan and Akshay Kumar. They both are at the top of their game. So there's something very unique about Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, which is really inspiring. But before I talk about Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, let's talk about Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar, in a lot of his interviews, he has mentioned that no matter what, come hell or high waters, he wakes up at 4 a.m. and does his exercise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Akshay Kumar is a great star. He makes a ton of money. He does a lot of social work. He's very, very successful. But he still puts in the time every day. He wakes up and does his exercise, and only then he eats his breakfast. So if Akshay Kumar, who has already achieved a lot of success, if he has to go through the discipline, what does it mean? It means that we should also follow the daily disciplines of life. That's a cost, that's a rent that we give to ourselves by following these disciplines. That's the rent that we pay for the life that we have got. Now coming back to Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan has been one of the greatest movie stars of all time. He was a superstar. And just like anybody else, once you are at the top of your game, you cannot stay at the top for eternity. Mike Tyson was the boxing champion. He could not stay there. So nobody can be at the top forever. So he was a superstar, and then as he got older, he lost that status. And a lot of his movies started flopping because the audience could not see him as a superstar. And the same had happened to people before him, like Rajesh Khanna was also a superstar. So what was the big difference between Rajesh Khanna and Amitabh Bachchan is that Amitabh Bachchan reinvented himself. Okay. So even when the charm, he could not be a superstar, he could not be a lead role, he reinvented himself to be a great character role person. And he came back to the top in all his movies. So by reinvention and always sticking to the discipline. Another person like that was Mithun Chakraborty. He was a superstar also. He was not as great of a star as Amitabh Bachchan, but he was right at the top. And at one point, I believe in 1 year, he used to do a huge amount of movies. He was always busy. In every theater, there were 2 or 3 movies going for at the same time for Mithun Chakraborty. When he could not continue to be in lead roles, he opened a lot of businesses, and he's got hotels and a lot of businesses that give him money in spite of his movie career, and he's always reinventing himself. So people like Akshay Kumar, Amitabh Bachchan, all of these people, they follow daily habits. Amitabh Bachchan is very, very critical of his diet. He is very controlled, he does not drink, and that is why he's able to maintain a grade about his physical health is phenomenal because of his discipline. So we also have to have these disciplines, as I suggested, through things which are difficult. Do temptation bundling, but do follow these disciplines because these disciplines are critical. There's a book which I'm going to recommend called Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. It talks about habits which are life savers, which you can follow every day. Savers stands for SAVERS. S stands for silence. A stands for affirmation. V stands for visualization, that you need to visualize your ideal future. E stands for exercise. R stands for reading. And S stands for scribing or journaling. Reading books is also critical. So what I do is when I wake up in the morning, I've got audiobooks on my phone, and I've already got some books that are queued. So the first thing that I do in the morning is I go to my phone and I connect my headphones and continue reading. So the first couple of minutes of the day, I get into the zone by a positive thought process, and I keep listening to these books as I drink water, brush my teeth, all of that. And all that while it's subconsciously programming my mind for a great day. So that gives us the energy to move forward. So that is physical. Physical habits. We also talked about mental habits, talked about physical habits. Now let's talk about emotional. So physical is the foundation. If you're physically not good, if you don't have got the happy hormones in your body, it is very difficult to do anything else. You cannot be in a good mental state if you're not in a good physical state. Now let's talk about the third, which is emotional. So assuming that you have already done everything physical, you are in a good state. Now you have to put in daily emotional habits of gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for a body that can help you to walk. Be grateful for the shelter that you have. Be grateful for the friends that you have. Be grateful for every little thing that you have. Many times we think that we are self-made people. So I was lucky to go to IIT Bombay and IIM Calcutta, but I can never tell that I'm self-made because all my achievements was hinging upon the fact that I was born in a family where my parents valued education and they gave me the insight and the drive to fight. I could have been born anywhere else, and all my hard work could not have become hard work because I could never have got that guidance. So these are all gifts from God that we have to be very grateful for. So be grateful for whatever is in your life, because whatever you are grateful for, that multiplies. The more complaints that you have about life, the more complaints are going to increase. The more gratitude that you have, everything that gives you gratitude, that's going to expand. Call people in these times, people who are worried. Be the voice of reason, be the voice of support, be the voice of comfort. Be the person who can make a difference in whatever little way that you can. So friends, I just shared with you these three areas: mental, physical, and emotional, and how you can use microscopic habits to make such a big difference. So please follow this advice and you'll find that you come to the other side. Remember, there's a saying, खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. You can be as strong where the situations become subservient to your strength and your willpower. ये वायरस हमारे शरीर को मार सकता है, लेकिन हमारे जज्बे को नहीं मार सकता, हमारी हिम्मत को नहीं मार सकता. तो देखिए, डटकर मुकाबला करें और इसी ज़मीन पर हम खुशी और शांति के फल उगाएं. धन्यवाद. मैं हूं आपका दोस्त राजीव प्रियदर्शी. अगर आपको ये पसंद आया हो तो कृपया कमेंट करें, कृपया लाइक करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.